a costume. You know what? Come with me. You can help me find it. I'll let you see the costume boxes. Oh! Look at all of these fun costume pieces. Exactly what I expected to have happen. Pride goeth before a fall. Now that I've recovered from my fall, we can read our story. Today we get to read The Emperor's New Clothes, written by Hans Christian Andersen a long time ago. We have lots of copies of this story in the library. This beautiful old one, written for bigger kids. It's a very famous story, and Hans Christian Andersen was a very famous man. He wrote The Ugly Duckling. This book is from when I was a little girl, and The Steadfast Tin Soldier. A lot of the stories that he wrote became our most famous story tales. Today we're going to read this version, The Emperor's New Clothes. Many years ago, there was an emperor who lived in a splendid palace and loved clothes. He loved them so much that he had his tailors make him a new outfit every day. He was especially fond of colors, and his greatest delight was mixing gorgeous reds, purples, blues, and yellows. Many other kings or emperors were busy ruling their lands, but he was always in his dressing rooms or parading around the palace gardens to show off his clothes. Many people came to visit the city where he lived, and life there was full of celebration. One day, two thieves, who were extremely clever men, came to town. The thieves let it be known that they were famous weavers. Weavers make cloth so that you can make clothes out of the cloth. "We can weave fine cloth for you," they told the emperor, who invited them to court out of curiosity. "It will be worthy of your empire. The threads of this cloth are woven so finely that only very intelligent people can see it. People who are either fools or unfit for the office they hold cannot see it at all." The emperor thought this would be an excellent way to find out who at court was not carrying out his duties. He hired the two thieves at once. The emperor gave the thieves a large sum of money. He ordered a supply of the most expensive silk and linen thread for them to weave. The weavers pretended to make cloth, but all the expensive thread and the money went straight into their pockets. When no one was around to see them, they rested and laughed because they were becoming rich. The emperor wanted to see the new cloth, but he was a little afraid to pay the weavers a visit. "What if I cannot see it?" he wondered. "I might be unfit to be emperor." So he asked his faithful old minister, Percival, to inspect the work for him. Percival went into the weaving room. The thieves were working away at their empty looms. "Oh my goodness," thought the minister, "I can't see a thing." But Percival liked his job at the palace, so he pretended to see the wondrous cloth. A little later, the emperor was curious again. This time he sent another faithful official, Gaylord, to see the cloth. As had happened with Percival, Gaylord could see nothing, but he pretended he could see the non-existent cloth. He reported to the emperor how wonderful it was. Finally, the emperor could wait no longer. He summoned Percival and Gaylord, and they went into the weaving room where the impostors were pretending to be hard at work. Impostors means pretenders. It means a person who's pretending to be somebody they're not. "It is magnificent," the official said. "See, your majesty, what a design." But the emperor could see nothing. He moaned inside, thinking, "Oh, I must not be fit to rule my own kingdom." But out loud he said, "The colors are simply gorgeous." And everyone agreed. The great annual parade was soon to take place in the city. The emperor asked the two impostors, there's our word again, pretenders. The emperor asked the two impostors to make him a royal suit from the cloth at once. Just before the great parade, they announced, "The emperor's new clothes are finished." The thieves called the emperor into their room and pretended to fit him in the marvelous new clothes. They pretended to fasten something around his waist, and they pretended to put a sash over his shoulder. Then they turned him round and round in front of the mirror and told him he looked magnificent. The parade began. People lined both sides of the street and hung out of their windows to see the emperor's new clothes. No one could see the clothes, of course, because there were no clothes to see. But each person was afraid to be thought a fool, so everyone pretended to see the royal robes. Many ohs and ahs went up from the crowd. Children came to see the emperor too. One clever boy, his eyes wide with amusement, called out, "The emperor has no clothes on at all." Suddenly, everyone realized the truth. The magical cloth was only air. The emperor knew it was true too, but he held himself proudly and finished the parade. By the time he returned to the palace, the thieves were far away with the emperor's money. "I have been a silly old fool," wept the emperor. "My subjects now know what a poor ruler I have been. How can they ever forgive me? I have made myself look ridiculous. How will I regain their respect?" The emperor resolved then and there to become a better man. No longer would he let his passion for new clothes blind him to his real duty, leading and serving the people. The next day, he summoned the boy to court. "You saw what no one else would admit to seeing," said the emperor. "From now on, you shall live in the palace with me and warn me when I am about to do something foolish." There were many times when the emperor was on the verge of doing something stupid or shameful, like ordering a dozen pairs of new boots when he already had a closet full. The boy would always tug on the emperor's sleeve and whisper in his ear. And so it was that with the boy's help, he came to be known as one of the wisest of emperors. Well, I know I've learned a lot today. Just like I fell down the stairs when I was trying to show off my costume, the emperor made a fool of himself when he was trying to show off too. But I think he learned his lesson. It's been so much fun having you with me for the story today. I hope you have a box of dress-up clothes, maybe even a crown. But just in case you don't, I'm going to show you quickly how to make a fun one. Get your parents to give you some sheets of aluminum foil. Cutting it yourself can hurt you. Now squish it together and make it big enough to go around your head. Then get some more pieces and make the points of the crown. You can add as many points as you want. Have fun today. I miss you.